Welcome everyone to Coral Clash High Tide number 6 from Cephalopod Cooperative, where we also have, alongside any low-level teams who decide to join, who are also participating in low tide, we also have high-level teams in.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no,
I'm Brakes, and I'm joined by Toby here.
hello. Um, yeah, this tournament has really been a really big experience, and it's always been cool to just see who comes out on top every single 2 weeks.
Yeah, we have a good mix of teams here, and we starting off with Jelly Squids versus Pandora. Any
I
thoughts on either of these teams?
I actually have very little thoughts on both teams, but I do know a few members of Pandora. Um, but both teams look just really strong at first glance. So it's definitely going to be a very interesting set to see who comes out on top.
Oh yeah. Like, I'm not that familiar with either of them either, but I have seen Pandora around and seen them play a bit. Jelly Squid, haven't actually seen them as much, so it'll be interesting to see how they do. And our first map of the day is Gorge Rainmaker.
Yeah,
Jelly
this
Feelers.
and this is a best of 3 set. So whoever takes 2 games home wins the set.
Just double check and make sure everything's definitely set up correctly with the bracket. Yeah, so it's on play all three at the moment, just to quickly clarify. So you know, you win two, you still win the set, but
Yeah.
you know, if you want to go for better seeding and as you go into the group stage, you probably want that extra win because you probably want, like, even if you're down two, that third win could make the difference between you getting a higher seed or a lower seed, which could affect the bracket you end up in, or even who you face in your first bracket matches.
Yeah, and we've seen this affect any other league tournaments before, I think it's a really good way to settle tiebreakers, and as these teams are picking up their comps here, we, what are you expecting to see from both teams?
Well, on the balance patches, which dropped yesterday, like literally 24 hours ago, they didn't seem to have a ton of differences, so I wouldn't expect to see much. Probably no reflux, although we don't usually see that anyway. Maybe a little less gal, depending on how players are feeling about that reversion to the special charge, which could affect their ability for the gal to stay in. But for now, we're loading up and let's see what everyone brings.
We have a carbon roller coming out on the side of Pandora.
And we see each team has at least one player with one of the weapons from Side Order, so some teams have
Yeah,
been busy playing it.
side order has been really popular lately. And we see
Oh yeah,
Jelly Squids going for the pop there and being able to get it. The Vipers on the left,
but that
one goes
they
down.
win the two. They win the 2-1 against the NZAP, but the carbon goes down for Jelly Squids as well. So, sorry, for Pandora as well. So those teams are relatively even at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, Jelly Squids goes 2 down. Pandora grabs that Rainmaker and is starting to push. Do they get checkpoint? And we're at the bomb? And they
They
were
dodge
able
the
to get
first bomb and squelch the second. That is some good timing by them.
Yeah, Pandora is just picking up that Rainmaker instantly, but now they go 3 down, and
Yes,
the Jelly Squid's just really trying to push back in the mid.
yes. We'll see how well they do. Like, we'll see how quickly they can reclaim that mid before Pandora can regroup. You can already see them painting that turf and claiming it.
Yeah. Oh,
Only a little
trade goes out.
Yes. But that Rainmaker's weak and doesn't have much support, and that is a wipeout.
Oh yeah, this match is just really going heavily in Pandora's favor, starting another push.
Yeah, they're
Pandora's not.
already,
And
they're
Pandora's just
already
already
back there.
going in. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but they're pushing in strong again. That was a very quick push back to where they were, and even a couple more points on the board. It's just going to be a question of whether they can get further, but also whether Jelly Squids can even get a good push going of their own.
Yep, we get no picks off Azuka though from the side of Pandora, and they're just starting to back up a little bit, but not giving up too much space because they do not want Jelly.
Yeah. They're still securing that space, and Pandora are not moving back without a fight. But we can see them have to leave the plat. Not quite, Nom looks to be getting a flank before being pushed off. And the Carbon also has to retreat quickly.
Yeah, we shot. Shot has Zuka ready. Oh, but the Jelly Squid pops are pulling. Is that playing really up? Well, they aren't able to pick up the pencil.
Yes, the pencil's weak, but not pressured back fully yet. We see Zipcaster going for a pick, and it does get one. But can it get more? Oh, don't quite get the Sniper Rider.
It shuts down by pencil, and now Jelly Squid is 3 down. And Pandora's back to pushing in the mid after strong performance this game.
And that is a good pick on there in order to slow down the push. Jelly Squid reclaiming space again. Interesting choice of Pandora to pick up now. But they do have, but there's 2 down for Jelly Squid.
Yeah, I think Pandora could have pushed in a bit sooner to gain more control. But that first pick could have been really bad for Pandora, as they definitely could have gone 3 down there.
Oh, definitely. The Rainmaker's decent at range, but it's still not the strongest weapon out there. So it's going to be hard to push in. But they do manage to get in there, and they get to 21. That is a hard score to beat.
Yeah, Jelly Squid's just really trying to be able to push Pandora out, but it looks like they aren't able to do it.
Yeah, in fact, like Pandora have managed to be pushed out for now, but seeing how quickly they can get back in there, it might be long until they're back in there if Jelly Squid cannot win these next couple fights.
Oh, wait,
they do win that fight!
3 down! And Jelly Squid
good old commentator's curse.
And Jelly Squid is starting to get a real push, like, they're breaking that first checkpoint. They
get a first dunk. If they get first dunk, and Pandora's 2 down, and the Crab takes out 3 down, and no special left.
Oh my god, to get the wipe out!
Jelly Squids are making a final push. This will be it. 21-25. If they can get this pop and get those couple points in, they will win. But it doesn't look like it. That's a wipeout. That it was a very tight push on Jelly Squids, but not quite enough.
Yeah, if they were able to get like mid a lot sooner, I think they would have been able to get lead and put Pandora on heavy offense. But they were not able to do it fast enough, and Pandora takes game 1 of Core Clash.
Yes. Pandora were just strong at winning those fights in mid, and then being able to use their Crab tank as an offensive tool to push in further and just keep getting those consistent pushes to 40s, like to the mid 40s, and then just knew how to make a break for the 20, like for those 21 points remaining when they did get the opportunity. Those consistent wins just made that bit of a difference, giving Jelly Squids less room to maneuver and towards the end.
Yeah.
And now we are moving to match 2 on Manta Maria Tower Control.
Oh, this is sort of popular among post map lists, and honestly, I don't know if you see it a lot. Or you'll still do see it a lot, but this map is this lockout area is based around street, because you can get really big pushes if you have the enemy team's street, which could make the difference between winning and losing a game.
But yeah, like that crab tank. When Pandora can get their Julie's crab tank into a good spot, or even have the Carbon get a good flank, they could get a pretty good push going there. It's going to be a question of getting into that position, as well as what Jelly Squids will bring in, because Heavy could also work for securing the enemy bunker.
Yep, and as we see this game starting, let's see the comps. We see the heavy edit coming out from Pandora. Oh, and we see this
We see
splatter
a
shot.
splatter shot
Yo,
Pro Vanilla!
the two unexpected picks coming out from both teams right now. I'm
Yeah.
really interested to see how good these teams will do with both of their sort of wacky picks right now.
Oh yeah, it's a very interesting mix of weapons. We can already see Pandora using that heavy edit to just zone out the enemy and get that distant tank down.
Yeah, we see Nam just try to like, go up, but gets shut down by the heavy. And
Yes.
Pandora gets to that checkpoint, but I don't know if they'll be able to clear it as they go 2 down, and they're just trying to
Yeah,
regroup.
They didn't even get in there. Like Jelly Squids are still a bit on the back foot there, and they get a pick there and a cooler ready, so they can get their own counter push going now.
Yeah, and we see it. And yeah, we also see the Zipcaster pop from the side of Jelly Squid,
Yes.
and they're just trying to like lock each other out right now.
Yeah, like Jelly Squids have got an early lead here with that team pushed in, and it took a lot of disruption using the Tri Strikes in order to try to get Jelly Squids out of bunker, and they're still in there again.
Yes, strikes that were not able to move Jelly Squid out of the offense right now. But maybe as they go 2 down, they might be able to do it. But in
Yeah,
Heavy Shizuka on tower, but they die. But I think the Heavy had cooler, so we
yeah, everyone had
Heavy able to
cooler.
get right
So
into the action.
yeah, it was an interesting choice to go for the tower ride when I still thought they had a few points to go. Yeah, like they weren't that far through checkpoint, so it was an interesting choice to try to get the checkpoint point even when being fired at versus just going use the tower, super jump out, regroup with the team, and let's do a clean push.
Yeah, and we see that Pro is starting to flank, but I think Pandora sees them and is not able to get value out of that.
Yeah,
I think they might jump
still
out.
up. Yeah, they must have jumped out because they're still up.
Ooh, are they still behind them? Did they pop Crab? Oh my god, they did
Yes,
pop
they
Crab.
might have. Yes, they did. They popped Crab, disrupting the enemy backline and allowing Jelly Squids to stop that push before it can hit checkpoint.
It's crazy because Jelly Squid gets a delayed wipe, and we see the heavy edit go down by Brush.
Yes, and was that a trade or something? Didn't look like a trade, but
Yeah, it was not a shade. But regardless, very impressive from the from the pro to do a big flank to stop Pandora from pushing past that checkpoint.
yeah. And a crab flank. That leaves you vulnerable if there's anyone from Pandora coming back in, but since everyone was at the tower, it proved to be useful.
Yep. And we see the crab come out again from the pro.
And it gets two!
Wipe out. This is
Yes.
Jelly Squid's time to start pushing and start to take space in that street we were just talking about.
Yeah, we can already see the Brush, the Heavy, and the Pro up there. Although Brush goes down.
Jelly Squid scores 1 extra point. It might not seem like a lot, but also 1 point could be the difference of you winning and losing.
Yeah, and more importantly, everyone's back up. They mightn't have specials at the moment, but they are ready to defend, which will make the difference for preventing a counter push.
Yeah, and we see Pandora just trying to push in the mid, trying to get everything back together, but the brush is above them, and I don't think they can see. But both teams
There
going
are
to be
trades
down.
backwards and forwards, and two go down on each side, with Pandora trying to get a Zuka pick but fail.
Oh yeah, and the brush starts to just go crazy
That's
right now.
3 down.
Pandora.
There's a crab left in order to try to defend, and they jump. Looks like they're getting ready to try to stop that push.
Jelly Squish has just had this mid. It feels like they've had the mid the whole game. As we're going to the last 2 seconds, Pandora's trying to make a very good last ditch effort. They get the zap down. The dude's going for tower, but the heavy
They lost
it just
3
instantly shuts him
players.
down, and the wipeout causes
Yes.
Jelly Squids to take this game too.
Yeah, this is almost a bit of an inverse of what we saw from the Scorch Gorge Rainmaker game, where this time Jelly Squid, despite an arguably lower paint composition, were able to claim that mid more, able to get those couple key flanks and picks, and able to actually win the game relatively strong.
Yeah, and that's a crazy thing to do, and maybe we get to see a reverse sweep from Jelly Squids.
Yeah.
If we
And that
do,
was with
that's
a
gonna be
pro.
very cool to see. Yeah, pro works for them really well. I feel.
Yeah, you just don't see even Forge Pro, which has Booyah, has arguably stronger sub and special. It's just not used that much. Vanilla
Yeah.
Pro, yeah, it's a surprise, but
It was a really big shocker because we don't even see Forge Pro alive, and even then, V Pro Jelly Squids has been able to make it work, and
yeah, good on them.
and I am very happy for them right now. I can't imagine how good they're feeling after that match.
Oh yes, being able to stop that wipe, like you're being able to claim that second game, has got to have made them feel good, and it's maybe made Pandora just revisit a bit of their composition. They've already mixed it up a bit with the heavy edited for that previous game, but now we'll see how they go going into Robo Ramen Clan.
Yeah, and I think Pandora might go back to that pencil comp they had in Rainmaker's Scorch Gorge. And as we see this game starting, we'll be able to see if they actually switch these comps around.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Yep, Pencil and T-Tech. Echo, they're going. So we see a Kraken cheese in there. And then Perry Julie's. Julie's could have really mixed it up.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see because Jelly Squid has opted to stay with the heavy spot in this whole entire set, even with Pencil outclassing it. It has been constant this whole set, and it's been really intriguing to just see both teams play right now.
It's like Heavy Edit's arguably a bit more mobile, but it just doesn't have that range, which we can see to some degree with how Jelly Squids are down 2 players.
Yeah, and we see Kraken come out getting the Pencil.
Yeah. We're not able to quite get anyone else, but that Pencil stop seems to have done the trick and has allowed Jelly Squids to get back in there.
These strikes come out and they avoid them. There's a jump, and the brush is on there.
Yeah, the brush did a good job. Brush did a good job camping that jump and getting out. But the Carbon comes in with the flank and getting 2 picks.
Oh my gosh. The Carbon just went off there, but unfortunately they went down.
Yeah, but they still did well getting 2 for 1. And that gave time for Pandora to pop their special and get a crab tank out, get strikes out, and that's allowed them to get mid, arguably.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see because this game has been extremely neutral. haven't had any like big pushes or anything. But we might see that earlier because
to go three
Pandora goes
down.
3 down, but Jelly Squids does not have a ball, so they
Yeah, they
can't
don't
really
have
do
that many
anything.
clans either, and the Kraken ends up getting a bit distracted, has to fall back, and gets taken out by the Carbon. They got
We
the
see
ball,
two
but
jump, we see 2 balls. We
yes,
had
we
the
see
splash down.
one pick from the Dualies, but they couldn't get in there, and the ends up forced to hold back.
Yeah, and now Jelly Squids, which might be put in the opposite scenario as Pandora, as they went 2 down earlier, and Pandora is just
Yeah.
trying to push them back into their court and potentially into their spawn, but they just are
And
not able to do so right now.
Rush goes down, so that's a key source of key loss for Jelly Squids, but Pandora also lost their Dualies briefly, so it'll be interesting
Yeah,
to see how the teams work with everyone back up, and strikes are ready and out.
I think Pandora just wants to wait for their cooler, but as we see one goes down, but the
Curling
pencil also
bomb!
goes down to the curling mound. It's gonna be interesting because now Jelly Squids is just pushing up immediately, and are they gonna get the ball in? And they do to get the first
When they
score of
get
the
the
game.
ball in, when they get in a couple of clams, no Kraken there, which was an interesting choice. I wouldn't have thought Kraken, like, yeah, pop the Kraken, have someone else pick up the ball, maybe have another ball jump in and just use that quick Kraken cheese. They get 65 points, which is still definitely strong. Just an interesting choice.
Yeah, and for how the scans are going the past 3.5 or so minutes, I don't know if Pandora's gonna be able to push. But as soon as they say that, Pandora is already in their court, and it's just the tap on the side of Jelly Squid,
Yes,
and
we got
they're
all the
going really
ball.
aggro.
It pushed in, but I don't think they quite got the dunk. It looks like it missed.
We get the
Crab
trash
Tank goes
too.
down, but there's no one left to follow up. Arbin tried to get in there, but didn't quite.
Yeah, and Jelly Squid is just making Pandora back up so much, and
Yeah.
it, and it's been really interesting because Pandora hasn't. That's the first score Pandora has done. But one goes down to strike. We see the heavy on the snipe. They pop Kraken and Crab on both sides, but we don't.
Yeah.
The Crab doesn't do anything. We almost get the Kraken, but it's just the
Yes.
Dookies. And I don't think the
And the
Dookies are gonna be
brush.
able to live.
Yeah, the brush did a good job pushing in because that thing could have gone fairly tight. A like a super clam and two regular clams would have like it. Yeah, two super clams would have been enough for Pandora to win the game. But now it's going to be tight for Pandora to even get a ball in order to push. Although they do have one there.
Yeah, and this game is going into overtime. We see the pencil going back for we see the pencil going back for the power slam.
We
But
see the crab
we,
out.
we see the Kraken, and the Kraken trying to push the pencil back. And the pencil does
Oh,
go down. I
Julies
don't
are
think
rushing back.
I don't think
They don't have enough
Pandora.
time to get it over.
Yeah, and that means Jelly Squid taking the reverse sweep 2-1. And Jelly Squid
Yes,
takes the first set of Coral Clash today.
yes. Good on them. Like, those were some very tight games they had there. Like, first one might have been a bit Pandora came out the gate swinging, but ultimately, Jelly Squids were just able to adapt to them and to be able to just find comps which, well, definitely not in what would usually be considered meta, just worked for them. Like, Emperies and Deco, Emperies and Deco Heavy, you had from Vanilla Heavy in the previous two games. You had those various weapons which Billy Squiz knew how to use. Good on them.
Yeah, and I think Pandora, even when they had the advantage, I think Pandora was just a bit too slow to start their pushes. Even when they had the advantage, but
Yeah.
but it's that was this was a really interesting set.
Yeah, that was good to see. And like, yeah, it was also very much about early control for the first two games. While that last one, there was never that consistent a control of mid, and we could see that in the score with how there was one push, like one hard push into each team, by each team, and that was it.
Yeah, and and Jace got the bigger push, and they were just able
Yeah,
to fend off Pandora the rest of the game, and was able
yeah,
to secure that in game two, taking home the set.
yeah, yeah. So we so yeah, we are going to go to break while we wait for the first round of Swift to start to finish up, and then we'll be back for round two of Swift.
One more time, let me see you smile. That is all I need. Every day I see you, any day I meet you. Happiness, I don't know what it is, but what you do, find it all in your smile. Some days are sunny, others rainy days. But you know the world keeps on spinning around. So forget your sadness, let the sun shine in. Let me see on your face one thing that I will ask of you. To see you smile again will bring us sunny days. To see you laugh again will bring out love again. So give us your smile, find it all in your smile. When you're dancing, angels calling. When you're dancing, smiles appear all around. Take one step again, take two steps again. 1, 2, 3, follow me, let me see. Start with your face, come brighten up our day. Angels dancing all around us, it's just because they love the way you smile while you're dancing. Find it all in your smile.
And
And
we are
welcome back to Gorg Slash High Tide. And again, I'm Breaks.
and Cody, and our next match is against Aquatic Vanguard and Brand Damage. These these two teams are I have no information about these teams really, and
Yeah,
I I have no idea what to expect right now,
yeah,
and
it's a
it's
bit
gonna be
interesting with
interesting though.
yeah, like Brand Damage looks to be a pickup, and I can't say I'm familiar with anyone from their roster. And Aquatic Vanguard, I'm not sure who they are.
Yeah, but we have our first map being Mako Mart Splat Zone. This map has been infamous for Splat Zone skis with Reef Slider and Inkvat. So it's gonna be interesting to see if either team pulls out either of those specials to help with the zone.
Yeah, Yeah, it will be interesting to see whether they choose to go for one of those specials to help with it, or whether they'll choose even strikes like we saw in the previous match, because T-Tech was used a bit there even though there were no zones. So we could see the strikes come out instead to help secure a zone. There's a couple different options there.
Yeah, I was honestly not thinking about strikes too, but that also helps with zone cap and
Oh.
and like all of this map is like, really open, and both teams will probably have a big fight just amid trying to tap that zone and to hopefully be able to to be able to lock the other team out.
Yeah, like that ability to lock out the team will be important and will also be hard with the amount of ways there are to actually approach mid on Mako mode. Yeah, you got several ways out of your own base, which you can several different spots to cover. There's a lot which a team can do trying to get out, and that's going to be interesting for the person for the team holding to try to lock down.
Yeah, and like Bakumart has been a really beloved stage across both Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3. So
Oh yeah,
a lot of a lot of teams practice this map like a lot. So
yeah.
if any of these teams have practiced has practiced Mako, it's going to be interesting to see what strategies they have came up with to potentially get the win.
Yeah. Like one of the jokes you do see around sometimes is when there's counter pick options, and Mako Mart is available, teams will go to Mako Mart or to one of those other, or to Ink Block Tower, or to one of those other ones where it is just the map mode per se for that mode. So,
Yeah,
and we are jumping into the game, so we will see how the teams handle it.
yep. And for comps, the leader coming out from
And the
Twig.
ringer,
Whoa, we see the
and Gold Arrow,
arrow
first
spray
the
on the
board,
side of
first V Pro now Gold Arrow. This
wow.
is good to see. And Gold Arrow goes down first.
Yeah,
We do
this
see
is
Quad
out of-
with the strikes as well. In fact, Brand Damage actually have 2 strikes weapons. While the Aquatic Vanguard appear to be going for the strategy of 1 strike weapon and 1 zone siege weapon. Case in point, right there. A case in point
Yeah.
for both options.
Yeah, even though Aquatic Vanguard gets the first tap, brand damage takes the lead here. You see the Booyah Bomb go out,
Yeah.
and brand damage is trying to hold the zone. The Treasure's trying to get a couple picks.
They go down, so it's going to be hard to push back in, and we do see this Flash trying to get some early picks, but quickly retreating away.
Yeah, and we see that brand damage does have those strikes at the ready. And they pop the crab, Booyah, and strike. But the Resplider is able to stall the zone, but not for long, as
Yeah.
as brand damage is able to cap the zone.
Yep, and the Aquatic Vanguard, wow. I mean, Big gets a good kick on the side there. And now they're pushing back in. And then just before Brand Damage can flip lead, the Aquatic Vanguard are back in control of the zone.
Yeah, Aquatic Vanguard is doing a really good job at just holding lead for as long as possible. And we do see the T-Tech pick off I think 2 and 1 before they were able to jump out to safety. And now Aquatic Vanguard is just trying to set up for like heavy defense on the zone. I see the Jennifer top 3 sliders.
And then Walter sets the strikes, and that was a ball. And more strikes again. And that was 3 sets of strikes and like a reef slider and a Booyah Bomb. So that was maybe not the weapon, but that was just about everything they could try to contain the zone, painting the zone.
Yeah, and we see Aquatic Vanguard. They consistently we have 2 down, and then just before this, Aquatic Vanguard
Yeah,
causes brand damage to become 3 down. Aquatic Vanguard is just trying to assert dominance on brand damage, but we see brand damage
Yeah.
trying to make a last ditch effort to get the zone, but they don't
Yeah.
flip it. But what is it with the Bia? Yes, they will. What
weak
the zone
flip
get the
until the
recap?
refly achieved.
Wow.
That refly achieved was enough to reflip zone and stop that counter push by brand damage. And brand damage do have an advantage in players, but there's still going to be a lot in order to try to hold the zone consistent, like decently consistently for these next couple of minutes.
Yeah, and with long range um with with leaders.
Reefy!
Oh, the reef just keeps causing the zone to just go back and
Like the
Vanguard
Booyah
stays.
go on zone to reflip it.
Yeah, and we see brand damage going 2 down, and Aquatic
Yeah.
Vanguard able to flip the zone, and they get another extra pick. Someone overextended.
Yes. I'm surprised the
They-
bucket didn't jump.
Yeah, brain damage
The
is
Splash-O-Matic goes down quickly.
brain damage is just I mean not brain damage. Aquatic Vanguard is just trying to get this. Is just trying to get lockout, and the penalty for Aquatic Vanguard is about to go away. But brand damage is able to cap the zone just in time,
Yeah,
but before
that's
Aquatic Vanguard
two.
penalty.
One Vanguard get a third? Can I get a third? Nearly? Yes.
Yes,
Like
they
the
do.
bucket though. There's going to be hard for brand damage. They like there's not that much penalty left for Vanguard and not many seconds left on the clock. We're going into the last 30.
Yeah, we see the reach come out. It's able to cap zone, but I don't think they were gonna go for reaches. But they did get a valuable pick, and they get another one. It's just a charger now. They pop strike, but they aren't able to do a lot. And Aquatic
Yeah.
Vanguard is just playing really smart right now. Their penalty is about to go away in these last 10 seconds.
Yeah,
The brand
they
damage
might
has
get
to
the
do something.
KO. Don't be tight.
Yeah. Yeah, and Aquatic Vanguard taking the first game, Marco Zones with a KO.
Yeah. Like we saw both teams went for fairly strong paint, but it did look perhaps like yeah, I think it does show their brand damage are a pickup because they did seem to trickle in a bit much. Like you'd often see the splash and the arrow spray try to rush in a little bit promptly in order to get that bit of paint down, but then end up being isolated and picked off fairly quickly by the icon, the T-Tech, was able to get several flanks and just catch out 3 players at a time, and just that helped a lot.
Yeah, I mean, props to brand damage for being brave enough to even bring out the aerospray.
Yeah.
But I just really don't think it was working with what brand damage they wanted to do.
Yeah, like even if you wanted zone seeds, you would go for a silver arrow spray. Like as much as players may joke about that weapon, free slider cheese and fizzy bombs could work reasonably well.
Yeah, and like I'm wondering if Aquatic Aquatic Vanguard or brand damage is gonna bring out a sort of off meta pick right now. With the second map being Crab-like Capital on Rainmaker, and fifth we might see that Ink Vat come out to protect Rainmaker when scoring.
We might see Inkvac. We'll probably see at least one of the teams with Sniper Rider, and maybe the other with the Fladling. Those grades are really nice for Fladlings and Sniper Riders.
Yeah, and speaking of Sniper Rider, we haven't been seeing a lot of Sniper Riders lately in this tournament. So we we might see in this match because this is a strong pencil map. But we also might see Crab
Yeah.
again for the same reason.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Crab is a good one on this map as well, being able to just lock down those alleyways.
Yeah.
Like you lock down the bridges.
Yeah, and the two paths on Crab, like, it's gonna make it really interesting to see which path each team chooses. Because one is
Yeah.
way faster for check, but longer for pedestal, but one is longer for checkpoint, but is faster.
Yeah. And they all have their own risks and cover too, which makes it a bit interesting.
And we do
You do see the back with the jet.
we see double that actually
Yeah.
from the treasure coming out from the side of brand damage. We also see the brush coming out from Twig, who was on leader last round.
Yeah. It's a very drastic swap from we going from the doing such a swap in range from melee to the longest range to brush, one of the very shortest range weapons you can get.
Yeah, and we see the
Now
brush.
doing a number on the team, it's
You see the brush get another and part
They
of
got
Vanguard
Zipcaster
is able to get
ready.
the check.
Vax ready to stall as well.
And
Brush goes
oh,
down,
Brush-
but the Vax out stalling.
yeah, and the brush does get one. This is it. Well, this is KO.
Oh, they
Just
nearly
barely.
got the dunk. That was some very impressive movement there.
Just
All
a
be able
part
to
of
survive among all that paint and get it to one.
Aquatic Vanguard is just really playing really well this match, and brand damage has a long way to go to
Yeah.
actually get to that pedestal. But we see Aquatic Vanguard just going for another push, and we see the back come out, not be able to get it. It fills up way too quickly, and we are not able to
Yeah,
see the
there was
knockout.
also a bit. It was also a bit too slow behind the Rainmaker too, so they ended up being vulnerable for just that bit too long.
Yeah. See, brand damage pick up Rainmaker, but but they jump it off. But I don't know if that was the right decision because
Well,
they just
when-
really want players up.
When you got Twig, when you got Twig in your base, or like your brush in your walls, you do just sometimes need to go. We need that Rainmaker out of here so that way they don't make that massive counter push.
Yeah, and for a third time now, Rainmaker is on their flat, and the back gets one.
Yeah, that
They
was
didn't grab the
a
rain.
surprise pick.
We do see the Charger. He's just trying to go for some shots here, but
Yeah,
is
so we
not
see the
able to
strikes
get
come
them.
out, disrupting it.
Yeah, we see the strikes from Aquatic Vanguard, but they get shut down instantly.
Yeah.
And brand damage is just trying to get back in the mid right now.
Yeah, they're they're going to Vanguard out to their plat, but they still haven't quite gotten there yet.
Yeah, and Aquatic Vanguard is trying to set up for another push, but who knows if they're gonna actually get it?
Yeah, the Vac briefly stalls, and that's a very early counter Vac from Vanguard.
Yeah, and we see all of them on their plat. Brand damage goes 4 down. They get a wipeout. So everybody's
Yeah,
back now.
They get wiped out, but do stop their Rainmaker push quickly. And they do have the Zuka out, and do get the Rainmaker carrier again. They are claiming a little bit more ground each time, but they are still struggling to hold their plat.
Yeah, and just
We might still be up there. Behind him, yep, we're still there.
Aquatic Vanguard has just been like just holding mid this whole match, and
Yeah.
they just have not let brand damage breathe like at all this whole game.
Finally goes down. Do you
Yeah, we
see
see
that Brandon? Yeah, brain damage did start to get a bit of a push, but now going for the rails left them vulnerable to the strike. And Vanguard are making another push.
Wow, the Aquatic Vanguard has just really been just like on on brand damage next rank, and just everything is just going really offensive. But the
Yeah.
brush goes down.
Yeah, that was a nice quick pick, and just really what brand damage needs. Although an interesting choice to pick up the Rainmaker so quickly instead of trying to reclaim mid more. Especially as Aquatic Vanguard are back in there again.
Yeah, and we're going into the last 10 seconds here. We see Twig sharking on the left side, but they spot, do they spot him? They don't spot him. And they pop Zip,
Nope, and
Twig gets the
there's a
Rainmaker.
quick way to get the Rainmaker, and that is game.
Yeah, Aquatic Vanguard takes this game too, meaning Aquatic Vanguard are too low in this whole set. Aquatic Vanguard might be able to get the 3-0 to brand damage.
Yep.
But like it was just a matter of taking down Twig, and they just let him and brand damage just let Twig stay up in under black for way too long.
Yeah. Yeah, like we flexed on being a highly accurate E-leader on getting key picks to being able to just hang around in parts of plant as a brush and just slow down the team.
Yeah, and speaking of a leader, the next map is Hagglefish Market on tower control, where a lot of chargers are picked, especially on here in this mode. And I really
Oh,
think we're
yeah.
gonna see the leader come out from Twig again.
We
And
might also see Sniper Rider. Like, this is also a good Sniper Rider map. And last game, no Sniper Riders.
yeah, and just chargers in general are just really strong here.
Out.
And and just like the and, and the tower path is just really strong for chargers in my opinion. So
Yeah,
it's really just who can get up on the the fastest to potentially get the lockout on the other team.
yeah. Yeah, those 10 positions are strong both for offense and defense, so it will be interesting to see how teams go trying to reclaim the enemy 10.
Yeah, and there's like really a lot that could be done on both offense and defense, which makes this a very popular map among like a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like it's perhaps not as classic per se as in Blood Tower, but it's still one that you do see around.
Yeah, and I think brand damage might be able to potentially take the win here with what they have been trying to play around this whole set. But as this game is starting, you see the Range Blaster and the Charger come out from Aquatic
Yeah.
Vanguard, and we see Range Blaster and Charger come out from brand damage. And
Yeah,
as this game is
you've got a
starting,
5-pin scope versus a vanilla unscope. That is an interesting matchup, and with no E-leader or Sniper Rider.
yeah, brand damage, I feel would have the advantage in terms of Chargers because their Charger has more range and plus the wall and a way better special for it. But it's really,
Yeah, but that
it's
vac
gonna be really interesting to see.
do you see an opportunity for the vac to be used here in order to stall out, and I can we together do manage to get 2 and push past first check relatively cleanly with vac out, strike being popped. going to secure a second check in all likelihood.
Yeah, and we do see that checkpoint or checkpoint go through, and Twig gets a pick with the Charger.
Those are
And
just
two go
constant
down.
picks on Twig. As Aquatic Vanguard quickly reclaim tower, brand damage have to get in, but are not quite able to.
Yeah, that will be a KO for Aquatic Vanguard, and Aquatic Vanguard takes 3-0 in this set. What an
Yep.
amazing performance from both teams.
Oh yeah. Like brain damage, they did well. It did well to hold back. Like it did well to to almost not get the KO during that first set on Mako Mat. It did well to manage to just hold on against that second set, like his second match on Crab League. That one though just didn't quite manage to stall them enough. I think the Aquatic Vanguard were able to just pull together that little bit tighter at the end and managed to get that final, like you managed to just get that one push all the way to the end.
Yeah, and we got a really fast KO for a really fast game 3, which honestly I feel like Aquatic Vanguard could do really good in this and the rest of the Core Clash. I wish both teams
Yeah.
the best of luck.
Oh yeah, like Aquatic Vanguard was strong. Brain damage though, that ability to hang on against that higher level team does suggest that they will do well going forth, wherever they end up. So all the best to both of them.
Yeah, and it's been really interesting to see all of these sort of weird weapon picks. As you see the Aerospray, we saw the heavy edit and the Vanilla Pro last set, and I feel like that's one of the best things about Splatoon is that you can experiment and can make them work.
Oh yeah, like even here we did see the 5-inch charger come out. We saw an arrow tried. We do see those weapons which are a little bit more eclectic still, and that's nice to see that little bit of extra variety.
Yeah, and and everything just sort of fell into Aquatic Vanguard's favor, which really helped them throughout this whole set.
Yep. But anyway, we got a little bit of time until the next set, so we will be going on to break, and we will be back soon with round 3 of Swiss.
So we are back for high tide, and our third is against Las Dar Darketas, and 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 this is baby. Um, there's there's nothing I really
Uh,
know about these these two teams, but on this is baby. There is Jam who who is known for playing Lugas in comp. That's really all that I know of both teams right now.
yeah, I'm not familiar with either team that much. Um, although last Dark has Addict, I do know they were like they were in the +3 server from Sendo Q season 1, so they're pretty good. Like, and they've also like they stormed through a lot of those mid-level events. They got like they're all for one banned from another server. They're pretty good.
Oh yeah, yeah. And for our first map, we will be going back to Meta Maria, but this time it's instead of being on tower control, it's gonna be on Clan Blitz. This mode, this map mode combination has been really um has been really popular among a lot of people. So 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 no surprise to also see.
Oh yeah, it's definitely one that's used a fair bit. And like Anna Maria's got some pretty generally good map modes all around. But Clams, you got multiple different options for it. A slow and steady push via left and go through street, or you can try to do a quick dive through right. So it's a pretty good map to see.
Yeah, and especially on I think like a lot of people considering Clan Blitz in Splatoon 3 being Santa Maria's best mode right now. It it's really really interesting to see what what comps both teams will end up
Yeah,
choosing because this map allows a lot of other weapons to actually be be unpicked like I think Octobrush was using in our first set on Manta Maria tower control.
oh yeah, that did really well. I've also seen some impressive plays from Dynamo hiding behind bunker and using that as a protective wall, and then just being able to fling over the top and catch people out.
Yeah, and as you see the first game out, we see double shot, and we see no backline come out from the side of our second O.
Hey, looks like there might have been a misstep. Yeah, the correct map. So might have been correct map, correct mode. Might have been someone on the wrong team.
Oh yeah, but but
It
speaking of
happens.
both of those splatter shots were the were the splatter shots from side order. And speaking of side order, how, how have you been enjoying side order ever since Outlast?
Eh, it's been decent. I would appreciate a little bit more variety from the map styles, but it's pretty decent. I've done a few runs. Like yeah, playing like yeah, a few of us when the server were busy rushing up and managed to get it first try, which was a little bit ironic for a roguelike style. And the other person did it with no extra lives. They had that one life for the whole run.
Is side order has been extremely fun for me lately, but but like, I think just like a few minutes before Coral Clash, I I had two runs. One one was with the order brush, and the other one was with the order crusher. And both of them, I got to the final boss, and I died. on the final phase, which was kind of
Oh,
sad, but you know what? It happened. I do have two. I do have two of the weapons, so so it's
yeah.
fine.
Like check with Murray, there is something which you can do if you want to look at, how to something there. I won't give any spoilers here, but with Marie,
Yeah.
you'll find. Sorry, Marina. Yeah, check with Marina.
Um.
Something useful for those couple of runs. Yeah, so I haven't tried out on the brush yet. Slosher, I literally got to floor 4 and ended up being pushed off the map 3 times in a row. So yeah, that didn't go so well for me. I've gotten clears with 5 weapons, I think.
Yeah. I've only gotten cleared with the order stringer, which was funny because on the first day I was just very annoyed, and I you know what, I'm just gonna try out stringer, and I was able to beat sideways with stringer on my first using, so that was
Nice job.
a very cool experience, but it did take an impact on my sleep as I stayed up till 3 a.m.
Oh, yeah, that's a late. That's a late one. But yeah, I've done a stringer as well. Like I managed to get 3, like a level 2 or 3 shot pierce. I'm just trying to check if I can quickly bring that up. But yeah, like multiple shot pierce means that you can get all those stringer shots through those foes, and it also means that you have pierce through 2 or 3 foes. You pierce through them, and you still have the explosion there ready to go for being able to do even more damage and more pain. So it can really chain up quite nicely using Pearson with this stringer.
Yeah.
It's nice to
Uh,
see.
Out of the cider weapons, which one have you enjoyed the most?
Yeah, I got 2 levels of main piercing. Yeah, 2 levels of main piercing, so I was able to hit through, I think, 2, 3 foes. But yes, that worked. But what was the other weapon you succeeded on? Sorry.
Um, it was the order dualies, which honestly took me a good while to to get done.
Yeah, the Dualies are surprisingly short range, and their mobility just doesn't feel quite the same. So it is a little bit trickier, perhaps. I still mean, it still wasn't too bad, but can take that a little bit to learn.
Yeah, and I think on um, uh, on on the run, I beat Sidle to dually. I had only one dodge.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, we're ready. Looks like everyone's queued up, and hopefully we won't disconnect. Don't disconnect.
You
We've got
check
4 on
down.
one side. We're double shot again, so that was planned. Don't disconnect.
And, and we are off with the double shot. Oh,
Yay.
this this
So
this is very weird right now.
let's try. Third time's the charm.
Maybe we we have
Yeah, we
two
did also
times
see the
entering the
Googlers
map.
there.
Yeah,
Like the Googlers did get that paint buff in the same update yesterday, where how many people noticed that when side order was out, not sure, but someone did because we see Googlers there, and the Googlers did get that painting buff.
yeah, and it's yeah, I think Luga might be seeing little a little bit more use now that
Oh yeah,
now that it can actually paint lightly. I think it paints um lightly better than shot, which
Yeah.
is insane for a dually. I think it has the most paint out
Yeah.
of the entire dually class.
Yeah, and it's a slow firing one too, so that does make it more important to have that bit of extra pain.
Yeah. Dualies have, I mean, Lugas have been a fan favorite among a lot of people, and it's good to see that it's finally gotten the
Yeah.
the buff it deserves.
Good to see it actually be able to, hopefully get a bit more use at a higher level like we might be seeing here.
Yeah, it's yeah. Lugas have been a good weapon for a while, but it's just been pulled back by the smallest things, making it like be very niche,
Yeah.
especially.
And looks
we-
like we will be getting back into it. Well, not quite yet, or we were, but apparently not. So
Hopefully we can start to get it back.
yeah. But anyway, side order again. Yeah, so good job with one of those 2 runs, and yeah, it's fun if you can get a good if you can get some good mods on it. As
Yeah.
for me personally, what have I cleared? What else have I cleared with? I cleared with the shot as well. Shot busted on it.
Uh, I know. I know. Earlier today, I unlocked the Order Splatana, which I played the final boss. With max upgrades, the Splatana is really good.
Ooh, yeah.
Feels
I've heard good
so
things
good.
about it. I unlocked it, and I'm so looking forward to running up the spire with that.
Yeah, same. It's side order has been amazing, and I cannot wait to play it, and hopefully, our and my goal is to unlock every single color chip available in the game. But right now I'm missing the. I have to count.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to do now. Like, table turf is a whole other thing that's going to get a ton more with the next patch. Like, yeah, I'm not sure. There might have also been a bunch coming in with this patch. Like, I think it might have actually been all with this patch, and then, just waiting for the new season for new cards.
Yeah.
Now we loaded up, everyone's in, and it looks like everyone's on the correct team, and we are starting, and people are inking. We are into our game here.
Yeah, and we see the interesting pick of the Tristringer coming out from the side of
Yeah,
This Is Baby,
baby.
and as we were talking about earlier, sometimes some map cause certain weapons to be really good.
And not needing
Yeah.
that line of sight could make it useful.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see how good this bow is for this.
Yes. Last dark head says. I'm going to call him Last Dark. Yeah, Last Dark are making a very strong push in already, although seem to have not built that much clam economy, as the Slosher has to quickly duck back, duck around the bomb, and then start getting some more points in.
Yeah, it, uh, and we do see Lost Dark just like getting a lot of clams in right now as their score goes down to 47. We see the
Yeah.
shot trying to make a move there, but unfortunately goes down and
Yes.
and just
That
Lost
blocker
Dark.
is also moving hard, is also moving fast and avoiding being taken down. And Dark heads it, like a Dark are down to 2 points. One more clam, like not power, just a single clam will do it. And they don't
Oh,
make it. This is baby is still in it.
yeah, but this is baby has a long way, long way to go
Ooh, yeah.
to like to be able to try to get Lost Dark out of out of their
Yeah.
lead.
Yes. And even just out of their bunker and street is going to be a hard fight. Hard fight. Last Dark are not backing down.
Yeah, and like Lost Dark is still has mid and now they are in their street. We see the power clam go in. We see a bunch of clams coming from the bucket. I think someone is recalling clams from mid. We do see
Yeah.
Zap jump.
Jump in maybe, and that is game.
Yeah, Lost Dark um, had a really good um KO there, which just this is baby could not come back.
Yeah. And it looked like last Dark. That double shot just allowed him to get in and be aggressive, keep getting picks. And even with Clam Economy needing a little bit of work early on, they were still able to just get in, like they were just able to very quickly run it down to 0.
Yeah, and like Lost Dark just had such a strong set of things, even without a backline, we see that Lost Dark was able to play to their strengths and was able to beat a team
Yeah,
with a backline.
yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. Like, it might be partly because they just never really backed down that fast. Like, not backing down, everyone being really front up does make it a little bit tricky to get anyone who goes down back in there, but like they were able to hold bunker and just allow that as a stopping point for everyone to come back in and start moving forward. There's not going to be a bunker to hold on to as much with Shipscape Cargo Co. on zone.
Yeah, like we might see Lost Dark just playing super aggressive with one of their shots and their bucket here, just
Yep.
trying to get the lockout while
Oh yeah.
this is baby just trying to hold on and just put all of their individual teams as a team to hopefully take this game off of.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see if this is baby decide to go for strikes or refight cheese in order to try to help reclaim zone quickly and just be able to even stall it out against such an aggressive team.
And we just really want to.
Yeah. Be good to
Think-
see what's happening.
My mic just like turned off. I am so sorry.
Ah, technology
I
can
was-
be helpful.
I was trying to increase my voice audio and I
A
accidentally
zinc
turned
mini.
off. Yeah, it we keep and this is baby keeps the bow from
Yeah, they keep the bow, and even V-bow, they don't even bring in the incline bow with the jump, which would have been useful for holding on to zone.
yeah
It looks
and,
like,
and
yeah, while Lance Dark appear to have planned to block out zone from any sort of capture with that bubbler, which is an interesting choice.
Yeah. This is baby. Using it, using Izuka to get 2 down, and now they have the zone. But
Yeah.
this mini is able to get a far pick, but they do not see the on the flank right now, and
Yeah.
Bucket is trying to get them to touch on the blue guy, but I don't know if they are right now.
Yeah, the Google is trying to get that flank and push that and try to pinch Last Dark, but not quite. I think they've been they've been taken out now, so now Last Dark don't have anyone behind them to watch out for.
Yeah, and we do see these strikes come out from the side of Lost Ark, and we do see the Buddha trying to read
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
the
Booyah
spot
ain't
zone,
the zone
but
even.
nothing.
Yeah, and
But
now the
they
Google's
didn't.
the only one out and gets very quickly pinned.
Yeah, and Lost Ark is able to get this knockout by a lockout.
Yeah, very quick knockout.
There was I think this is baby definitely could have tried to push him out with special, but unfortunately they just were not able to get special and ended up
Yeah.
just
Yeah, like that
either
first
dying
Zuka
with pain.
pick. Yeah, like as you said, special charge would have been so useful there. We saw how well they did with that Zuka to get those first couple of picks and get that first claim of the zone, but after that, this is baby who had just walked out hard, and Last Dark were able to just keep moving and keep isolating them and keep getting those picks.
Yeah, Lost Ark has been really strong right now. And I can see them
Yeah.
going really far in the rest of World Class High Tide.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see how they go, because we haven't seen a couple of strong teams like Last Dark and Aquatic Vanguard. So it will be interesting to see how such aggressive teams do go. If they make it to if they do actually make it to get to the gold bracket, or even just to watch their progress through the silver or bronze bracket, silver I presume today.
Yeah, and everything
Yes.
Lost Ark has done has been really good. Just setting up to just lock out This Is Baby. But
Yeah.
if this could be huge if this baby is able to take this next game, come back Rainmaker
Ooh, yeah.
away from Lost Ark. That could be a really huge moment for them.
Oh yeah. Well, like that would be really good to set them up for the next for brackets. But it will be interesting to see how everyone mixes up their comps this time, and because we didn't see This Is Baby do any real changes to their composition, which is an interesting choice considering the zone last time and remaining with V Stringer. But maybe we might see something here, and we might also see Last Dark change their comp up again.
Yeah,
Vanilla
we do.
Minion. We do
we
see
saw the
a
shoot.
swap to the Carbon. From Google's
Carbon is
Carbon, an
really-
interesting choice.
Yeah, and Carbon is really strong here, especially on combat. This is probably one of
Oh, yeah.
Carbon's best modes. And we see the Carbon
You need that pain.
trying to get the hand. But yeah, they just did not have feet. It got rushed down by the Stam. They were
Last
not able
Dark
to
are
do anything.
already in the enemy base, aiming to get picked. And that Sworn Armor helps protect This Is Baby. And Last
Yeah.
Dark haven't quite postparked deck like they weren't able to, so that was a good counter recovery.
Yeah, and the Lost Ark getting their getting it pushed to almost halfway, which is going to be really good for them. As
Yeah.
yeah, as the start, its shot is trying to get in. We see someone on Lost Ark picking up Rainmaker. This
Yeah,
baby's
the
going 3 down, and the Rainmaker is
was
trying to go
trying to
forward.
survive. The Carbon was pushing in, but just couldn't quite get the mobility in. And Last Dark are already at 30, and the strike shot that's going to give them coverage in order to push through. They get the dunk, a very quick 3-0 knockout of this set.
Yes, this was a very smooth set from Lost Ark, and I mean all of the sets have just been like somewhat uh somewhat surprising. In round one, we had a first sweep, and then in round two, we just got a clean sweep, 3-0 on the side of both Lost Dark and I forgot who the last with Aquatic Band.
Yeah, last time was Aquatic Vanguard against name slips me.
Yeah, and I
Uh,
mean all of these
brand
teams
damage.
all of these teams have played super well so far, even
Oh
though
yeah.
some have some have not seen success against their strong opponents. That they they, they were still able to, to defend as good as they as they could have, and they and that's what matters most.
Oh yeah. It
And
was just a matter of how much pressure there was out there, or like yeah, just how good Last Dark and Aquatic Vanguard are to be able to just keep pushing in, and particularly Last Dark this time to just manage to keep pushing past that defense so quickly. Like I knew that we had the slow start because of the various shenanigans with setting up the match, but after that, gee, didn't need quite that much accelerator.
yeah, and just like again, everything just fell into um into Vostok's favor, which was really detrimental for this
Yeah.
present who did it.
Yeah, so round three's done. I'm waiting for round four to begin, and then we'll commentate that. But just seeing, yeah, so it looks like we'll be taking it one more quick break during the Swiss stage. We will be back with the final Swiss round, which will help decide the bracket. Welcome back, everyone, to the final stage of Twist for World Clash High Tide.
Yeah,
We've
and
got we've got some high level teams here with Never Back Down, Never What, a common pickup group, I think, who have done quite well in a lot of other matches, versus Lock Flop, who include Hashi, Locks, and a few other players who I imagine are pretty high level, considering like Hashi's done very well, and Locks has done very well. So this is going to be a pretty high level match here.
yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure Archie recently obtained +3 access through Syndicate. So it's gonna be really interesting to um, to see who comes out it and I know a decent bit about these teams. I know that
Yeah.
Spec and EJ both used to be on Mart- on Terran, who 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 were a very skilled team as they were able to win Ludi the Ludi Division 4.
To go to them.
Yeah, and the, and Risu has has been a has been a really dominant Gal player in 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 the scene of right now. And yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see how both of these teams square up against each other.
Yeah. And so while they're making room, we've got our maps here. First up is Sturgeon Shipyard Tower. A pick which, like, compared with some of the ones we've seen earlier, we don't see as much, but it's the one that pops out every now and again.
Yeah, I think this one's very interesting because Sturgeon Tower is one of the only few maps in this game to have a unique tower control. I think the only other map that has a unique tower is Bluefin Depot, and with that one has a very tall tower.
Oh yeah, Bluefin Depot's got a massive tower. But yeah, Sturgeon Shipyard's definitely a bit interesting. You don't tend to see much on the right hand, like you don't see as many pushes like through the left for hitting left for say, just because you're kind of trying to defend tower, which goes down the right path, but you still got the importance of needing to hold stacks there. And if you claim the stacks, then the other team can't push you off. They'll get you some pretty good points.
Yeah, and like, I also want to talk about the other two um the other two modes that I think they're really interesting. Starting with
Oh yeah,
Museum Clan, which which is a really like it's a very common mode among a lot of map lists, and
oh
we
yeah,
and I feel like we've been seeing it more, more and more with, with a lot of new, well, well, I mean less and less with 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 the new maps being added, having like really good clans layouts, sort of kind of outclassing mu, mu museum a little bit. Um, some
yeah.
some of
It
their
is.
examples are
Yeah,
Barnacle
museum's
and
kind of
Time.
one of the. Yeah, museum's interesting. In that it's like I'd say plans is probably his best mode, just because block. You can get to the clan basket another way than having to jump over spinner or then trying to go through the platform spinner area. And museum's just one of the few Splatoon 1 maps which is actually still regularly used. Like Mahi Mahi's used, but mostly for zones. whereas Museum, you actually see most of the modes get some representation, even now with the new map coming out. Whether they'll change with the coming airport map, who knows? But it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I have really high hopes for Marlin Airport to be good on all modes. I feel like it's gonna have like really good things, especially for mid being so small. It's really gonna need that to
Yeah.
like, be a good stage.
Yeah, I'm hoping that those flanks to the side through the fans work a little bit better than it looked in the trailer.
Yeah,
So we are into the map and we can see a bunch of people who have cleared side order on, or at least done some of side order on the side of Never Back Down.
we have an interesting matchup here with with the E leader versus the Fire Spin Gold. But
Yeah.
they're on two completely different sides, and we
also
do
got this-
see
Yeah, we also have the Squeezer as well, which, fairly common against Latana Stamper, also fairly common, but again, like, they're definitely common ones, but you don't always see them. In fact, I don't think we've even seen them in the moment. And we even see that, like, yeah, Novo tries Blocker, which is an interesting choice.
yeah, and like speaking of what leader weapons we just don't see on the product. E leader has kind of like E leader and the 52 gal have just been dropping off in usage like quite a bit lately, especially with a bunch of options coming. That just
Yeah, I think
makes leader and gal sort of outclassed.
I think Gal's still reasonably used. It's just not used as much because it's kind of a strong solo queue weapon, but not quite as crazy strong in the actual coordinated setting. But Lisa's probably just more so the Sniper Rider effect.
Yeah,
As much as
Sniper
we've seen
Rider.
almost no Sniper Riders today.
yeah, the Sniper Rider has just been taking over Chargers as a whole, and people are considering Sniper Rider being the best weapon
Yeah.
inside this whole meta. And like, as we do, we see the tower go to 4.
Yeah,
but we were not able
Never
to
Back
push
Down
it.
has been going hard and have not been letting up the juice, and it just keeps getting those points. So we do see Locke starting to reclaim some space, and then they go 3 down.
Yeah, and we do see the KO coming from Never Back Down, Never What.
Yeah,
which was
they never back down there.
yeah, which is very interesting because Fox Squad had a really good opening there, being able to push a good bit of tower at the beginning, but was just not
Yeah.
able to. Was not able to continue pushing tower, and just ended up giving Never Back Down, Never What enough space just to push tower and just keep
Yeah,
until they got that KO.
yeah, it looked like, as you said, like the 52 was able to just actually just front line really well and just slow down Fox Swab from getting back in. The Stamper was able to get some good range picks. And they basically used all those factors just in order for Never Back Down to get a really strong first win, especially considering Lock Swab. They are not a soft team at all. They are a pretty strong team.
Yeah, Flop is like it is no pickup to be underestimated. Because a lot of these players have had a lot of high level competitive experience, but like, never back down, never what. It's just as like, especially in that match, was just a little bit stronger on the offense
Yeah.
and was able to take advantage of that the the
Yeah.
the rest of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely were able to take advantage of that extra thing, a little bit of pressure, and they've also arguably been playing together a bit longer. They're like, yeah, Lockwarp. Some of them definitely play together a bit, but I'm not sure how long all of them have been playing together. Like Harty and Locks fairly commonly play together, but I'm not sure about the rest of the team, like Theo or Cheesy or such. Whereas Never Back Down, they've been going for a while now. They might just be a little bit more used to each other, and that might have made the difference here.
Yeah, and especially with I think they've been a pickup since late last year, potentially.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
And we now a Neo Splash
the
and
news
the
flash.
.96 Deco. Those are some interesting picks there.
Yeah, they're really interesting. Team leader opting to stay on leader and not switch to pencil, which comes with
Yeah.
a really big matchup chart because if the leader has the range to pick off pencil, but if pencil gets too close, pencil could pick
Oh, yeah.
off the leader way faster.
Well, likewise, like Lock Swap with the pencil, have to really watch out for that Stamper because Stamper is one of those weapons that's really good at handling those backliners.
Yeah, and especially
And we see the Kraken come out from Risu as attempting to get a quick Kraken cheese. Will he be able to do it in time? Yes, looks like it. Again in one pulling power.
and we do see Spec on their side. We do see one jump and they do get the ball in, but they do end
Yes.
up wiping. And Lock Swap is just instantly rushing, never back down, never
Oh yeah.
never went flat.
Oh yeah. Lock Swap know how to get in, get that space, and know how quickly to get in. It's just about not being picked off by the E-leader shot coming from the distance away.
Yeah,
Good choice to pull out the Kraken there from Risu.
yeah,
You have to quickly fall back and get a pick on the way.
I was about to say that like Kraken doesn't really do anything right now, but I was completely wrong as the Kraken was able to get killed, and also Spec does get one pick with his test. Risu is just playing super aggressive right now.
And they've already gotten in the power and they're putting in more clans, and the E-lead is backing out. Asan might be trying to back out, but ended up being Zukud.
Yeah, and that's because we have Hershey all the way up in mid, able to get
I
a
think
pick
it's
right now.
Damper, but now has to watch out for that Kraken hounding him down, and
Hershey does
they
that
couldn't
time.
get Kraken soon enough.
Yeah, I mean,
That was
if
a weird bit of graphics there.
yeah, if Hershey could just lived a bit longer, he could have been able to punish that Kraken and potentially be able to get a something going.
Oh yeah, exactly. Just wasn't quite able to outswim the Kraken. And we do see one go down on each side, including Never Back Down losing their E-leader.
Yeah, they did and Never Back Down never does go 3 down, but everybody on that team ends up regrouping and it sort of stops Lock Swap's push. Only scoring one power clan.
Yeah, but they are slowly making their way up onto Plat. Getting that bit of space, and that could make the difference here.
Yeah, and Hershey is just playing behind
Still playing
Roxy.
behind spinner as opposed to
Oh.
trying to. Wow, that was a good double dunk there, and there's a few the squeezer got a few more a few more in. Locks surviving that and then getting out. That was a strong push.
Yeah, I feel like if Lockspark is able to get one really good push again, they could end up flipping this game like right on its head.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like they need power. Like two powers would do the trick quite nicely. They would need more. They could use some regular clamps as well. They weren't going for the double power route, but at the moment it's kind of stalemate in middle with CU trying to get a pick with the Zuka but couldn't get any.
Yeah, we do see one on the side of Lockspark go down, but never back down, never
Bracken
white.
in,
It's
trying to
down,
get the
but
very quick dunk. The strikes
and
come in, but do not get the. Oh, it's very close to being able to stop that jump, but just not quick enough.
yeah, Lockspark just which is kind of the at like a like at a stalemate for most of the match, who was not able to push up fast enough to actually do anything to potentially increase their push.
Oh yeah, like when they were definitely on the back foot for a lot of it, with all of Never Back Down just showing how they've won so many matches. But Lockslop, we've seen we've seen when Never Back Down's been out of their base, just how quickly they've been able to Lockslop's been able to get those picks. And we also saw just how when they were able to when they were able to push in and move up, they pushed and moved up very fast. And then and then when they did get those couple of picks to try push into the flat, they did and got a pretty good score.
Yeah, and I mean, Lockspot might be down 2 games, but as we said earlier, it's not over yet, as both teams still have one match to play, which is gonna be flat zones on Barnacle and Dime.
Yes, and this could go a bit more in Never Back Down's favor because we've seen how strong P Liter is on the E Liter. It would not be a surprise to see them back here. It would not be surprised to see them on the E Liter here. Because Barnacle and Dime is a good map for E Liter. So that's going to be something which Lockflop needs to be prepared to handle.
Yeah, and speaking of Chargers, I think Archie is going to be sticking on Pencil, and we might be able to confirm it as we enter into Game 3.
You are correct, and there's also Lock on Squeezer, which will help. In fact, we do actually see the V dualies in the form of the Order dualies come out as well.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. Very interesting to see as Lockswap as triple Zuka right now, which is probably plus Pencil is a really strong combination right now in the meta, and
yeah,
Lockswap hoping to take this to at least take this game here with this comp.
Doing well, no one's really gotten a big push going yet, but it's still pretty tight, and Never Back Down's just been able to get that little bit more paint out.
Yeah, we do.
But two down for Lockslop. It's going to be bad for them because now they have to handle Never Back Down, making a very aggressive play into their base.
Yeah, we see that Never Back Down team leader is just watching everything back from Swap stack, and just trying to get small hits on everything. We do see this one Zuku come out, but but it
Yeah.
didn't really get anything. At least in my call.
Yeah, it's a surprisingly quick fallback from Never Back Down. And like they did lose a few players, but it's still interesting how they were very quick to stay alive. So it does show they knew how to react to that. But it's still interesting.
Yeah, we do see Vex, Vex Zipcaster just able to do a good bit there, but they do end up going down to the Zuka, and
Oh
everybody
yeah.
on Never Back Down, no, Never What is just all up in mid trying to defend that
Now
splat zone.
they still got that crab tank out. That's going to be hard to push again.
Yeah, and we do
And
see some of
Never
the
Back Down are out of penalty.
yeah, and we do have 10 left on Never Back Down, Never What's counter. We were at
They're
one.
sitting in, but just that little bit of pain from the elite who was able to hold the zone and Never Back Down, Never What win this 3-0.
What a what a good set from Never Back Down, Never What.
Oh
They
yeah.
they played extremely well this whole entire set, and
Oh
they
yeah.
should be proud of all of it that they set.
Oh yeah, exactly. And they're showing why they're one of the top contenders for winning this high tide number 6. The Lock Swap, they should also feel reasonably good. Like particularly that second game, they did pretty well on it. Like able to like even if they were down for a lot of it, like even if when they were sort of backed up, they still like they were still able to get in some pretty good pushes considering how much pressure they were under.
Yeah, I think Never Back Down, Never What might be getting sent to the top bracket, being gold bracket.
Almost certainly. What are the standings looking like here at the moment? It actually won. Like it's actually done. Swiss is done, so we will be able to see quickly who might be going up. Looks like Lockflop got third seed, and looks like they will probably be going up. And we'll also be seeing Order, a team which we didn't see throughout this set, but they are an Oceania team. And I know like I've heard of some of the players there, and they are pretty good. And last Dark, who we saw earlier, so some pretty strong players there.
Yeah, and it's gonna be really cool to see who comes out on top from in this one.
And I hope that you all enjoy the commentary from the people up after us. I believe it's Cal, Panda, and Freezy who are doing the comms for Grand Finals, and that'll be fun to hear. But for us, that is it for our commentary. Where can people find you elsewhere, Toby?
Um, so you can send me a friend request on Discord being underscore Nautilus 47, and then I do have a YouTube channel set up. I promise I will be uploading more on that, being at Soulstorm 777.
Ito. As for me, yeah, I don't really have many of those socials. Your best bet is to find me floating around in some tournament server, possibly as staff, possibly just as a substitute. But yeah, you'll find me occasionally on Discord. But I don't have any sort of other socials that you'll probably find me on. But yeah, good, and thanks again to Joyan as well for streaming the Swiss stage and for continuing to stream the brackets. But from me, that is it for tonight. And so thank you all for coming, and hope you enjoy the rest of the stream.
Have a good night, everyone.
2, 3, 4.
Para ti, esta música es para ti. Alegría de una samba y cha cha cha. Mueve
Welcome back to the bracket stage here at Coral Clash High Tide. I am Tao Panda, and joining me is the man of many names, but we all know him as Freezy.
Crazy.
Thanks for being here, Freezy.
Yeah, I'm glad that I get to do this with you.
What?
It's an
I'm
honor.
just. Oh my god. Please know the honor is mine. And I'm honored to watch these two teams, Lux Flop and Order. This is going to be a best of 3. And we are going to start off with Rainmaker on Robo Ramen. Personally, Rainmaker on this stage, it feels like the gameplay is a little weird. How do you feel about it, Freezy?
I kind of like it because I'm a Viper main, because Stamp, just period on this map is really powerful in my hands.
Oh, not powerful in general, everybody. Only when Freezy is at the helm.
I know there's a lot better sword mains out there, but I personally kind of like Robo Ramen.
Oh my gosh, look at all these side order weapons. Oh, it's fitting for the name. Team Order has side order weapons unlocked. Let's go. We don't see any wipers. Sorry, Freezy.
We see an object shredder coming out on the order charger. We see Team Order, I believe, with all order. And then we see the order shot, pencil, Luga, and another shot on the side of Loxipu.
So, Team Order's in possession of the Rainmaker. They do go down. They actually lost 3 players in that time. Hopefully, we'll see Lux take some space here. They might get the checkpoint, and they do. They didn't get too much value out of their commentator's commentator's curse here. They actually got some value out of that Ink Zuka. And
see
if
if
they
we're-
can get down this ramp, that would be pretty interesting, having this vac out.
We see 3 down on the side of order, but Harshi getting stuck on the wall, and then we see a wipe, and we see Harshi pushing the Rainmaker and getting sniped. I
Wow. What a nice stop to get wiped, but then still not get the KO here. It's pretty impressive for Team Order. If they keep their composure here, they might be able to let the Rainmaker reset, take mid. Looks like the Luna is trying their best out there. They do find a pick.
We do see pickup, we do see order up to pick up the Rainmaker, and then we see a vac coming out, and a nice bomb by the Luna to kill 2 on their snipe. We see a crab coming out by the dualies, so pressure back the shot in the Gluga. And then
So they have the first checkpoint now, or the checkpoint rather. Pencil doing the best they can to hold space. They do get pushed back, but they're doing a decent job at maintaining mid here. If they get the pop, which they do, they can keep some space, keep a lot of ink on the ground, which is really what their team needs, having the Luna, the shot, and the dually.
we see the Luna get a nice pick, and now zipping the charger, and now there's 3 down. There's a wipe
Wow!
from Team Lux. I forget the name.
Yeah, I'm just calling them locks.
Lox flop.
A nice Zuka here, finding nice positions alongside the Glugas. A well-timed Booyah Bomb. Will it be well placed? Yes. Inkzuka from Team Order trying to keep Locks Flop back. Make sure they don't get any more points. They're already at 10. So they don't really have to push down the ramp here, but they're trying. But it kind of cost them because 3 players from Team Lux just went down.
Yeah, we see the Luna trying to get through mid, and we see one drop on the side of Lux. And they're going to opt to have the Rainmaker reset.
That was a nice
see-
cheeky pick from the pencil there.
We
Okay.
see a shot sharking on the snipe, trying to get a pick on the charger, fails to do so. And then we see the dualies get that pick. See the
Yep.
dualies pressuring the pencil and popping a crab on Lux's snipe. You see a
Great
back,
positioning.
and rain.
If the Vat gets this pop, they might be able. They get 2 picks out of that
If the
and the
Vat
lead.
gets 2.
Amazing.
Oh,
Oh,
nice
Team
pop out of
Lux.
Luga.
Yeah, they're doing a good job here. With 30 seconds left, it's gonna come down to overtime. If they can get possession of the Rainmaker, they might go for the reset and then a pop. No, they just go for the grab.
You see the charger trying to get a couple cheeky snipes in. See a
As
Zuka come
Chargers do.
We see a shot goes down on the side of Lux. A Luna on the flank.
Uh-oh, they might be in the Rainmaker free zone here. Okay,
The
they found their way out.
Rainmaker fell. Not the spot we necessarily want to be, because someone could just easily drop down and kill.
They're doing a great job at trying to keep space. Gluga saved the Rainmaker there from a dually flank. It all comes down to this. They're almost out of overtime. They just have to push forward at this point. They're trying their best. They dodge the vac shot, but they get stopped. Wow.
The Rainmakers had only like about 10 seconds left when they popped that vac, and the vac just denied the paint.
Team Order takes the first game here.
Matching emotes.
Oh my gosh. They're very orderly, very coordinated. The name fits. So here we see when the dualies took an excellent position. I think they pushed the pencil back at this point. And then the Vac got the pop on Rainmaker shield. It's really very nice. Like, that's a play of the game, quite literally. Following up the dualies push with the Vac, with the pop, taking space, and then taking advantage of that space.
Now we have Tower Control Inkblot Art Academy. What are your thoughts on this, Panda?
Oh, if there's any viewers who don't know me yet, those who do know me would know one of my favorite map mode combos.
It's one of my favorite too. I like playing blasters and just experimenting on it sometimes.
Yes, we all know you love your experimentation in the middle of a scrim, in the middle of a tourney, in the middle of a... No, I'm just kidding. For anybody who doesn't know, Freezy and I are on the same team and comp. So it's really interesting to hear Freezy's point of view. For me, personally. Do you think they're gonna keep the pencil here?
I think they will opt to keep the pencil, just so... Oh. So... We see a Tri-Nouveau come out, and whatever that's called, a Rapid Deco. So they
And
do opt to keep that cooler, and we do see a ZF for a GG.
Order doing a great job at taking space in mid pretty quickly. They didn't find any picks with the Zuka, but It definitely put some pressure here on the plat. Lox Flop kind of moved back towards their bats area, and Team Order is taking advantage of, I think, maybe a little bit of hesitation here from Team Lox.
We see the Luna getting under the ledge of the Lox's. Oh, and we see the Charger doing some
The Charger,
talking.
yeah, the Charger
Yeah.
said, I'm being escorted right now, I don't have to do much, I'll pop this back, keep the space. Lox
See the
Flop.
Luna trying to get a couple, the Rapid trying to get a couple picks and get sniped by the Order Charger replica.
Oh, the Bucket over on the side, trying to camp, finds a pick actually. The strikes do come out, they find a pick from Team Order, or a pick on Team Order rather.
We see Order's push kind of fall because they go 2 down to strikes, and then we see this really nice
Oh,
shot on
nice.
the Charger, getting the spam fizzy Tri-Nouveau. We see the Luna come out with a zip, gets a pick on the Charger. We see 3 down on the side of Lox and a wipe.
Wow! Something that's really interesting is that Team Order seems like they follow up with each other's specials, and when one player goes in to take space, their teammates are right there behind them. So even if the original like initiator player goes down, there's 2 more people from Team Order just in their base, in their face, taking space. It's beautiful to see. Team Lox is going to be in a bit of a pickle because Team Order is back on the tower.
Get flanked by the Tri, gets communicated picks. We see a Luna trying to get a couple picks with the zip and gets killed by the Tri-Nouveau. We see
As
strikes
Nouveaux
come
do.
out. We get strikes on the side of Order, and the shot goes down. And we see a Sharker on the bats that I do not think Lox knows about. We see a Vac. Oh, but the tower's going back. Oh, that rhymes.
He's getting it, everybody! Alright, so I'm seeing a lot of blue ink here on Lox's base, which isn't really a good sign. Really, I think Lox just needs to get some paint down, make space for their Tri, make space for their Rapid, and really they just need ink. They need ink everywhere, in their base, in mid. They
We
finally have
see-
2 specials online. 3 specials actually, so hopefully this is their time to shine.
Oh, and the Zuka goes down to a well-placed bomb by the Luna. We see 2 down on the side of Lox. A Strike's ready for Order. And a Charger on the flank, able to get a pick and provide a jump for the Luna.
Yeah, Sister Lexi putting in a lot of good work here. Taking what some might consider precarious positions, or not quite as safe positions as you see some Chargers take, but it is definitely paying off.
And here we see Lox with the momentum now. We see strikes on the bats. There's a Tri-Nouveau on the bats as well, ledge camping. Yazuka come out, gets a pick, gets 2 picks,
two.
but without going down.
This
Juice
back
being
might
really-
be a problem here. It's turning into a little bit of a
And-
free-for-all as they try to get the tower for overtime, but no! Order stopped them.
Game goes to overtime. Game goes to overtime. Game goes to Order.
Love the matching emotes. Here we see Sister Lexi with this vac. It doesn't seem like it got charged up too much, but it definitely helped keep some spacing here. And it kept Locks from being able to take the tower after this checkpoint. And the Luna followed up.
On top of the clam, gets a couple picks, and is order to get it order. It's
Wow.
their order. They're able to stop the push, and the game goes to them.
So, with 2 wins, Team Order does take this first round of the bracket stage. You know, it's interesting. I was watching Loxflop play earlier during the group stage. I didn't see Order, but I saw Loxflop, and it's interesting when they have space, they take it really quickly. But, and I think we saw that with the Rainmaker game, but here, Order kind of kept them contained, it feels like. Like, they were using their specials back to back, helping each other out, but Team Lox, maybe they were uncomfortable because they weren't able to take the space that I saw them take in previous games during the group stage. And so when they did get their specials and they did have a chance to push, they just kind of unleashed all of their specials at once. And so instead of having an order to it.
Oh. I missed the button. I missed the button.
Wow. Well, we're waiting for our next teams to get ready, so we might take a little bit of a break here for a few minutes, and we'll be right back.
Un, deux, trois.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us or if you've been with us the whole time, it is time for grand finals here at Coral Clash High Tide. So this will be, I believe, a best of 5, which can be a little bit of a long set after teams have played a whole round of groups into the bracket. And so we're going to see Team Order again against Las Darketas. Our first map mode will be Hagglefish Zones.
I think that we will probably see roughly the same comp from Team Order because they want to keep that orderly fashion, I'm guessing. And for Las Darketas, we might expect to see a pencil and a shot somewhere in there. Because most of the time that cooler is crucial. But Order's been running with it. We're running coolerless for these sets and one, so.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive because a lot of teams use cooler. So when you see a coolerless comp, you know it's either going to go very well or it's going to be a continuous back and forth.
So we see a double shot slosher zap. So they do have that cooler and they do have that double Zuka, which could be crucial to displace that crab and that charger on the side of Order.
And Team Order trying to do their best here to take the zone. They are able to take the zone, and the crab from the sidelines, pretty interesting, kind of displaced the players from Las Darketas there.
We do see 2 down on the side of Las Darketas. We're probably going to see the Luna under the tent bridge, or tent ledge. We see a Zuka come out on the left. Unable to find a pick. We see the Luna pressuring that shot. And they are able to get 2 with that going down themselves. Oh, and we see a Zuka double from the shot there on right side.
Las Darketas gets the zone back, at least gets a pretty hefty penalty on Team Order, which, as we all know, the penalty, it really stings sometimes. Order
Zuka
might
ready.
take the zone back here, actually.
There's a Zuka ready that's being popped on both sides. Unable to find a pick on Las Darketas, and getting a pick with Team Order. We see 2 go down on the side of Las Darketas, and the shot and a crab setting up to put pressure and stall the push, but we see a Zuka come out and cancel that crab.
Wow, that's exactly what you were talking about. Having those Zukas ready to stop the specials from Team Order, and they did it. That's exactly what you want to see here from Las Darketas. Secondary Zook comes out, finds a trade with the other shot on Team Order, but Team Order still has the zone despite having lost 2 players.
The Luna trying to pop a panic zip, but unable to get out of there. And we see a wipe, and that is going to be a KO for Team Order for game 1.
GG's Team Order! That was a pretty well-paced game for Team Order. Las Darketas, though, they did a good job at contesting the zone. I was actually quite happy to see that the zone stayed neutral for such a long time towards the middle of the match. Because Team Order, they paint so well, and we know that they're going to be following up with each other, so the fact that the zone was neutral, I think when Team Order was still in the 20 count area, it was very impressive to see.
You see the Vac here get the final pick for the wipe. to get or to come out of game 1 victorious.
A celebratory booyah. Love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And our second game is going to take us to Museum Rainmaker. Which I like this map mode combo. It's pretty good. Not one of my favorites, but it's alright. What about you, Freezy?
I like it if I'm playing not swords. I like it overall. It has its good fair share of ways to pressure in defending and in attacking, and when you're attacking, because if you get on that top right side as you're pushing through the spinner, it's
Yeah.
a very powerful position for the defenders to get you out of that position.
Yes. Sometimes it feels like the spinner that's on your plat is just a hindrance when you're defending, but when you're attacking, beautiful.
It's
Love
your
the
friend.
spinner. Yeah. So do you think Las Tarjetas will keep the same comp? Do you think we'll see some change-ups?
I think we will see some change-ups. I think they will probably opt to keep that double Zuka just to break the crab from Team Order. But I don't really think that they'll mix up that much besides maybe changing the bucket to something. They opt to stick with the same comp.
Okay, both teams I think have the same comp, so it's straight head-on rematch, new map mode, who dis, and we see a mad dash from Las Tarjetas to mid. I think they got the pop there. They do have a few players kind of crowding around that right side by the ramp, but it seems to pay off. 2 players on Team Order went down pretty quickly.
We see a really nice placed bomb by the Doolies, able to get the zap before they can get the Dr. Pepper. You see a Zuka ready, and it does not get a pick, but the Luna goes down by the Las Tarjetas spinner, and they opt to get the check because they were popping a back at the same time.
Yeah, that Zuka just a little bit too late to kill the player with the Rainmaker there. They do have some juice, but no, the Luna here just made a mad dash to mid, found 2, found 3. Can they get a quad? I want to see it. Alas. Panda's hopes and dreams gone.
You see a Dooley go down with Crab. You see Strikes coming out to stall the push. And we see a Zip coming out to put more pressure on the bucket and the shot.
Luna trying to take control of this spinner, as we were just saying before the game. Such a pivotal point! Because it helps you take space, and they are already pushing well past the checkpoint. They're down to 30. Las Tarjetas has not gotten any points on the board just yet, and they're pushing for the final podium, but they do get stopped.
I think 6 is a strong push on this map. Anything can happen. Team Order's 3 down now. Anything can happen, but I think it's a pretty strong push. We see the Rainmaker trying to drop right. We see Luna sharking down here to try to stop the Rainmaker from going down, but it looks like the Charger hits the shot, and it does stay up there anyways.
Order now just trying to keep their base painted. Trying to make sure there's no one on the flanks. I would like to see them take some more space here. We do see the Zip trying to do exactly that. Trying to find a pick on the plat, but they kind of abandoned their Doolies. The Doolies does go down. The Luna goes down. It's pretty much a pseudo wipe at this point.
You see the Doolies sharking trying to stall the Rainmaker push, and is not able to. We see Strikes coming out the pop, Azuka trying to pressure them back.
Yeah, these players by the spinner here for Las Tarjetas all hopped up on Mr. Pibb. Okay, maybe it is Dr. Pepper, but you know.
We
Both
see
teams
the
now
first one-
have lost 2 players. The Rainmaker is in such a weird spot. I hate it when it's on the drop.
That's a key point for Team Order though, because now there is no way to go get up onto their plat to get a push without going all the way around to the spinner. We see a Bucket pick it up even though they do have strikes. We see Juice come out, a Luna able to get a pick. We see a Crab for defending as well.
Yeah, that Crab's in a pretty good position, and I think we saw a follow-up Zuka. The Crab doing all they can. Someone flanked the Crab, actually. Such a good, a play there. This Vac is gonna do its best to make space, or to keep space as far as defending goes.
See Azuka caught, trying to stall the Rainmaker, and it's a wipe for Team... or I don't know how to word that.
Yeah,
we
getting
see the
wiped
Rain-
there with only like less than 30 seconds left. Gonna be kind of hard for Las
We see
Tarjetas to
team-
make a move, but they get a wipe! Hold on, everybody. Don't discount them just yet. They are very much still in this game. If they
They
can
do
get this
have-
overtime.
They do have Dr. Pepper, but they do go 2 down. And that's game because of a nice dually flank. GG's.
When are Dooley's not flanking is the question.
Never.
Exactly. So, it is a best of 5. Order now has 2 wins. So Las Tarjetas, they need this next game. Here we see Las Tarjetas with their main push that they made here by the spinner. The timing for this Vac was so nice. Because you can see the Rainmaker trying to paint with the Rainmaker shots, trying to take space, trying to swim forward, and it's like, but they know this Vac is just sucking up the ink, then it explodes, and so they weren't really able to get much value out of the push. So, good
And
going for Team Order.
It split the 2 pairs of teammates. So the shot was just up there alone, and then it left the Rainmaker with no ink to paint and a Vac shot.
Yeah. So, coming into ship shape, tower control. This is an interesting map mode. I don't hate it. I
I
don't love
have
it.
seen people run a double bucket on this and do
Mm,
pretty well with it. So I think we will see both buckets stay, and probably Team Order will be sticking with the same comp. I think we probably will see a similar comp from Las Tarjetas, but I don't think they'll really adjust too much. Maybe a T-Tech instead of the shot, or something like that.
Alright. What do you like to play on this map mode?
Mm,
Do you stick with the wipers?
I wouldn't really stick with the wiper. I would stick with the sword. I would either go Stamper Nouveau, it's not Neo, or just V Stamper.
Mm. Yeah, I'm definitely expecting to see some zips from the Luna from Team Order. Because I feel like Zipcaster on this map in particular can kind of go hard.
Especially on a Luna, because just how big the Luna hitbox and the Luna indirect hitbox is, they will be able to get to the snipes and get to the leader and possibly pick them.
Okay, we do see a T-Tech from Las Tarjetas, but they keep both the shots. So they just swapped out their juice.
So now both teams are drinkless, so no more Dr. Pepper puns for this game.
Aww.
We do see the Luna run in and not get much value. You see a shot go down, see Azuka come out, and 2 down on both sides. We see a leader with a wave breaker. The shot gets a nice pick. And the tower is now back to mid, and Los Tarjetas are 2 down. And Team Order is setting up for a push.
Yep, Team Order's at the first checkpoint here. Trying to use the Zuka to make space for their teammate here. If they can keep the leader back, they might be able to make it to this next checkpoint, but they get picked! The Tower Rider got picked after they shot their vac.
And we see 3 down on the side of Order, just the dualies to paint and keep mid. They also have a crab, so they might opt to jump out here. Or get Zuka.
They did get Zuka point blank range almost. But Las Tarjetas are on the tower now. If they survive the Zook, just give it some space. Wow, they canceled the crab immediately. Like,
We see
great
a Zip
awareness here.
ready. We see a Zip ready for the Luna. While we also see a Wave Breaker on the side of Las Tarjetas.
The Luna does use the zip. I don't think they found any picks, but they were definitely able to cause some chaos here. In general, this game's been more chaotic than the last games. I think Las Tarjetas are feeling the pressure. They know they need this game. If you take a look at the score, we see it's really close. 41 to 45. Both teams are past the checkpoint. And so they're in a pretty good spot here. It all comes down to who can keep Ink down, who can be ready for the other team's specials. Luna using the zip caster. They find
See,
one, they don't
one.
find the E leader.
We see a crab get canceled on the right side. We see a vacuum on the side of Order. And that's 2 down on the side of Order. You see a vac popped, attempting to get some charge and put it in an optimal spot to get a pick, and now it's just the charger.
Charger's in the trouble, yeah. The charger goes down. We do see Azuka online. They also have their wave breaker ready. They didn't get a chance to use the Zuka. The wave breaker is out.
See a shot pressuring mid, finding 2, finding 3, and pressuring the leader now. The leader gets picked, and that kills the Las Tarjetas push. We see Azuka ready as well.
Again, the dualies didn't get a chance to use their crab. Azuka finds one. The Luna followed up with the other one. Both teams are 2 down with this vac, as we've seen, is a menace. Keeping space in mid, but their jumpers might be in trouble here.
See 2 down on the side of Order. Just the charger and the shot holding it down. See Azuka ready on the side of Las Tarjetas. Seeing the shark and possibly get a couple picks with it. And it finds
Nice.
one. And it
Finds
finds
2.
2.
Let's go, Las Tarjetas. They're here to take the lead. Dodging the Suzuka shots. There's only
We see-
20 seconds left on the clock, though.
The Las Tarjetas push. Oh, we see. They don't see the jump. Oh, they do. Charger gets picked in the air. Ugh.
Las Tarjetas, they need to take the tower here for overtime, but they don't get there.
What a close game that was.
Yeah, it
Well,
started off
GG.
pretty chaotic, but Team Order showed everybody that there is, in fact, a method to the madness.
Revenge for the Chaos Order Splatfest.
Yes. Here we see those last 10 seconds where the Charger died on their jump out. 2 players from Las Tarjetas actually jumped in. I didn't see that while we were watching. But they weren't able to take the tower because I think someone on Order got on it.
And we see that Luna get 2 crucial picks to stop Las Tarjetas from getting onto the tower and forcing an overtime.
Yes. And so, our Coral Clash High Tide champions for this week are Team Order! GG's to both teams in this last set and all the teams who played today. Hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you found new scrim partners maybe.
I know we found a couple during tournaments, but
Yeah.
Las Tarjetas put up a very great fight and was just unable to get the lead in that last game.
Yes, but I, for one, would like to see Las Tarjetas back again. I like their comps, I like their gameplay, so don't feel down. No need to frown. Hopefully we'll see you guys next time. And before we sign off, I will say I am Tau Panda. You can find me as the Tau Panda on most platforms. What about you, Freezy? Where can the good squids and octos find you?
They can find me on Twitter and Twitch at FreezyFreezicle, and then that's also my Discord username.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We are going to sign off here. Hope everyone had a blast, because I did.
I did as well.
Let's go. GG's, everybody.
GG's, bye-bye.